Well, it's delivery day. Well, not exactly delivery day, not for me, but for somebody else, because I've just finished detailing this Nissan GTR 35. Impressive car. I've never driven one before, so a customer was so kind to let me take it for a drive. I've detailed it, I've polished it. It's had a bit of track work, this car. So I thought I'd do a bit of a quick walk around and show you guys the Nissan GTR. So all-wheel drive, twin turbo, I believe it is. Super sporty, what a machine, seriously. So this one's been detailed, cut, polished. It has done a bit of track work, so it's got some bumps and bruises on it. But wow, what a machine. Alcantara steering wheel, starting to show a bit of wear. I think that'd be pretty annoying. As I was turning it, I was just very conscious of myself, worried that I might provide some excess wear to it. This seems to happen a lot. It's all through the car. I don't know if that's a manufacturer defect maybe. Push button start. Wow, very comfortable. It really is a driver's car, that's for sure. Back seat, not much room as you would expect. Into the engine bay. Twin turbo. Pretty spectacular. Very tidy. Very well put together as well. So this one's got the brake temps. That's what makes me think it's definitely been on track. It's got stone chip wear. Little carbon fiber splitter on the front. Yokohama 255 40/20s on the front. And on the rear, 285 35/20s on the rear. That's a big tire, damn. Oh wow, what a machine. Truly just do not see a lot of these. This is the first one I think I've ever seen, to be honest. Definitely the first one I've driven, and what an experience. Show you a cold start in the next clip. So just picked up the LDV D90, finally got this car back. This car's been off the road, I'm gonna say since about March, April, when I had a customer reverse into a pole and they'd smashed the whole back end of this section out. This car had been off the road. Actually, I'm gonna have a look. It was a very, very long time. If we just look into all vehicles, not anything this year, 2025. There you go. It's been off the road since July 2025. This car's been off the road for a good 7 months. And with that, you're paying rego, insurance, fees, and not getting the income from Turo. So yes, Turo paid it out after my $1,200 excess. I think I got about 6 grand. The bill for this was 7,500. 7 months, I didn't realize it was that long. That's a really, really long time to have a car off the road, taking full expense. So that's the downside of some repairs, is you have to wait on parts and wait to get into the shop to get it fixed. Other ones can be quicker, but this one took an awful long time. Hopefully we'll get this back on the road now, get it listed back up and get making some money again. So just picked up this Hyundai i30 off Marketplace. It's got a couple of issues that we need to address. So we got it for a pretty good price. As is, unregistered. Lady took the plates. From the outside, overall pretty good. Just needs a cut and polish, a good detail. We'll get these headlights done. I think a good detail will bring this back nice. A few little cosmetic issues, but nothing major. This little strip here, very, very common with the Hyundais. Damaged in the sun, so we'll get that tidied up as well. Inside, again, just needs a bit of a detail. All this comes off, but no rips or tears in the seats. Really, really tidy inside. Just dirty. Just needs a good clean, which is what you really want when you're doing a car flip. In the front seat, again, tidy, just needs a detail. Bit of sand. Nothing out of the ordinary. Mechanically is where it gets a bit tricky. It's got aftermarket wheels. I'll fix these wheels up and give them a spray. Get them looking black again. It's got Bridgestone Potenzas on the rear. It's gonna need 2 new on the front. Could just do all 4 tires just to get it looking good. Inside, very tidy. Nothing to complain about. Sometimes in the older models these get a bit sticky, but these are perfect. Again, not sticky at all, which is great. It's got 140,000 Ks. It's a 2016, this one, so nice and easy. The only thing that needs mechanically is the air conditioning is not cold. Lady said she had it regassed. Now, as you know, air cons shouldn't need to be regassed. If you're getting regassed, there's an issue. There's a leak somewhere. So we'll get that looked at. Hope it's a nice, easy fix. If not a compressor or something, which on these are pretty cheap. Under $1,000 maybe. See if we can diagnose this air conditioning issue. Just one tip for your Turo car rental fleet. I always keep a jerry can full of fuel, because sometimes the customer will fill it up and they'll fill it up and it won't be totally full to the top, although I filled up the night before and dropped the car off the next morning. And as soon as you hop in, it drops down that one little speck. Instead of having to go all the way to the service station to fill it up for that $3 to $5 of the fuel, I just keep a jerry can and just give it a quick top up while it's here. Sure, I lose out on the few bucks it is to fill it. Man, I save so much time. Fair bit on today. We have 3 getting picked up at 10 o'clock. The Hyundai Accent, I got this RAV4 getting picked up, and the LDV D90 is booked. It's going out for 3 weeks from today. It was nice to get that booking done. It's about 1,400 bucks. So it's nice to get that revenue and get that car making some money instead of costing me money every month, which is nice. One other thing as well is from my old business, I had 2 utes still there as part of that business, and they've been using them as a gesture of goodwill just to help them out. They've them having to spend so much capital to get new cars, and they gave one back yesterday because they're getting their own car. I'll get that cleaned up and get that into the Turo fleet as well, so I'll have an extra dual cab ute. Let's get these photos on this RAV4 and the Hyundai Accents ready to go as well. And then I'm just gonna get the D90, the LDV washed, and we are ready to roll. Give the car proper detail, make it look immaculate. So when they're picking it up, it's a big wow factor. They've got the car for a long time, they're paying a lot of money. Oh man, feel that overspray. Holy, that's actually really bad. So when this car got repaired, they painted it. This is the one where the lady got angry at me when she crashed the car, wanted another car. But this car's been off the road for 7-8 months while it got repaired. She was so angry at me, so angry. But check this out, if you can see the overspray, I'll show you. I'll just put some decontamination on and watch this. This should turn purple everywhere, and this will show you all the overspray that was left when they repainted that back pillar. Wow, look at that. That's bad, eh? That's really bad. Let's do the rest of it. So this is a iron decontamination. So what it does is, as you're driving, brake dust, shit off the road, there's a bunch of contaminants that stick to your paint, and this is what happens. I use a product called 3-Way from Bowden's. The most effective. It's terrible. Far out. I wonder if it's on this side panel here as well. Yeah, it's bad, eh? You would have thought that being a panel shop, they would have done all this before handing it back. What we do, hit that with a clay bar pad, and that'll get all that stuff out of the paint. But that's pretty ordinary. Wow, it's terrible. So what the clay bar does, it picks up all the contaminants out of the paint, sticks to the clay. This is what it looks like. It's never normally that purple. Windscreen was hazy, and I thought to myself, I wonder if it's overspray. And yes, it is. This would go to a detail shop. They'd probably want to cut polish as well. You'd be up for $1,000 maybe. All right, let's blast this off. Now this is pushing me back a little bit time-wise. I'd like to have had this done a bit earlier. It is 8 o'clock. I've got a few detail jobs to do today, which I would have liked to have done by now and stuck into, but so once it comes back off the next trip, I'm gonna have to decontaminate the whole car. Oh, that's way smoother. Cut and polish the whole thing. Oh, it's everywhere in the front too. Too bad, and you? Yeah, nice and warm. All right, that's better. Vacuum clean, D90 is ready to go. So we'll do that decontamination, cut and polish next time it comes back after this trip. It's got about just over 3 weeks. And then that'll get it ready for long-term, make sure the long-term health of that car is exceptional. These are the challenges you face sometimes. Trying to have a vertical integration where you do mechanical detailing the whole lot certainly helps speed up that process and eliminate a lot of costs that you would otherwise take on. So today I'm going to detail this RS3. Phenomenal car. Customer let me take it for a drive last night. Man, does it fly. I don't think I would buy one, probably not. Good fun car to test out. After this one, he's got an M3 for me, which I'm pretty excited about. I haven't driven an M3. That's pretty exciting. I do believe he's bought a super car after that. Hopefully I'll see that next week. Super exciting. As you know, it's almost my dream to one day have a Lamborghini, which would be awesome. I never want to spend the money. I don't want to allocate that much funds and have it all tied up. Sure, it'd be fun to drive it without it being my money. Let's hopefully we see that next week. All right, it is now 2:52 p.m. All the Turos are gone. All the Turos are back. The Audi is gone, picked up, customer is stoked, so that's gone. You will see another car here. Toyota Hilux, I just picked this up from auction as well. It was a local auction, so they got transport costs for only $100 to get a tow truck to pick it up. It's a business closure that they've closed down, so check this thing out. Toyota Hilux 2018, just needs a cut and polish, which is pretty awesome. It looks bad inside, but it just needs a detail. I see these a lot, it's got black duck seat covers, that's in really good condition. Super happy with this one. Again, seat covers, look, This looks bad, but it's immaculate underneath. This will clean up easily. Really, really good. The biggest worry when you buy one of these from auction is that full of rust. You don't know if it's been on a mine site or what it's being used for, but this one, the tray's in really good condition. No major rust. All the lights work, aircon works. Man, got to be super happy with this. Just needs a good clean. You can see through here. But yeah, all this is our bread and butter. This comes up easy. So at 280,000 Ks, hey, I got a bonus pair of safety glasses. So for a Toyota, most people say it's just broken in, so this should be a good flip. I was a bit nervous about this one, to be honest. I'd bought it at an auction local, hadn't seen it, just pushed the buttons and won it. And here we are. So with this one and the Hyundai, there should be some good easy flips. So we'll spend the next few days getting these cleaned ready, trying to get them done by Sunday. I got the aircon inspected on the Hyundai, just had to be re-gassed. It had a new compressor, new TX valve, parts are roadworthy, so I'll get that detailed, get it registered and get that up by the weekend too. So 2 from 2, let's see if we can make some money. I never normally have that much luck. Normally I get them and they're covered in rust or broken or it's a disaster and I end up losing money. So it feels pretty nice to actually get 2 right for once. So I think next video we'll focus on getting them clean, get them ready, get some sales and get on the lookout for some other ones. And trying to get too carried away because I won these ones, but I may not get the next ones right.